I did it! I'm a genius! I'm the best gamer ever! Alright, I'm not a genius, but I did stop being an idiot for just a minute. For those of you who know how OBS Studio works, the program that we use to record games, when you're capturing a game, there's actually 3 different modes that you can use to capture the game. One of them is to capture any full screen program that's on your monitor, which is how I usually capture games. It's easier on your computer. The second way is to capture a specific window that you can target it to capture. The third way is to capture your entire desktop. Now, I've been capturing all my games through making the window full screen, and that for some reason doesn't work with shapes.io. I tried that, it didn't work. I tried to do a specific window, that didn't work, and for some reason it just went over my head that I can just capture the full screen, which I think is how everybody's probably doing it. So with that said, welcome back to The Void. My name is Nether Trey, and today we're going to play shapes.io. Welcome to shapes.io, everybody. It's a fairly new game that just came out a couple months ago, I believe. I could be completely wrong on that. I shouldn't talk about things that I don't know anything about. But it's a very minimalistic logistics game where you basically make a factory and create shapes and color them and just provide items into a hub that it keeps asking for. So let's jump into the game. It'll be a little more clear when I show you what it's about. I already have a game going, level 16. We're not going to do that. We're going to do a brand new game. So new game. Music in this game is actually really soothing too. I think I'm just gonna let play. I know in the last video I put some music just because I wanted to kind of test it out, see how the music sounded. If you guys like the music, let me know. I'll find some more music. Maybe try to switch it out. There was one song the whole way through the last video. I could switch it out a little bit, or just let me know if you just want to hear the game music, or if you want to hear any other kind of music. Obviously, I can't do anything copyrighted, but yeah, just let me know what you think about music. Anyway, we're gonna play shapes.io. So, to start out this game, what it wants us to provide to this central hub are these circle items. So in order to get these circle items, we need to get them from out in the world. This game is completely two-dimensional, so it's flat. We're gonna take the circles from here, and we need to get them into this delivery system. It wants 40 of them, and then that will unlock level 2 and will give us the ability to cut shapes. So in order to, how do we get these shapes into this hub? Well, we're gonna have to get them out of the holes. So it's basically what would be in any other game a mining device. And this one's called an extractor. We're gonna grab that and we're going to place it right here. You can also hold in shift if you want to place multiple of these items. Now there's no kind of resource management implemented in this game yet, or any kind of power or anything like that, so everything is just kind of free. Unless they've changed it since last I played, which was just a few weeks ago. But let's get some of these. So we're going to take these belts, and we're going to conveyor belts, and we're going to putting the circles into the central hub. Now there's 2 ways to do that. We can either click, you don't have to hold shift for the belts like this. You can drag, and that will put them in. You can also hold shift and draw a line, and that will also put belts down in the direction that you tell them to go. So we're gonna do that. It's faster, just like this. And before you know it, we should be getting up to our 40 circles going into the hub. There's all kinds of stuff in this game. It's a huge, as far as I know, it's basically unlimited map too, by the way. And there's kind of shapes everywhere. And colors, which we'll need later in order to make colored shapes, because the game does get quite intricate and complicated. But for now, we're just learning the basics. So, yay, we got level 1. We unlock the cutter. It cuts shapes in half from top to bottom, regardless of their orientation. So we also have to make sure that we're getting rid of any pieces that we don't want, otherwise it'll stall the belts out and the factory won't be able to continue moving. So for the next thing that it wants are half circles. So in order to get half circles, we're gonna have to take circles and cut them in half. So in order to do that, oops, nope, we don't want that. We're gonna trash that guy. Nope, that's actually a trash item. If we click, and we right click deletes items. I know how to play this game. But in order to rotate, we have to hit a key. The R key, well, that's convenient. Hit the R key to rotate, hold in shift so that we can put down 2 of these guys. We're then going to take these little cutters, we're going to rotate those, and we're going to need 2 cutters, so we're going to put 1 here and one, oops, nope, let's right click that, right click to delete, and that will get us our 2 cutters. we're then gonna take this guy and put it in there, and this guy and put it in there, and that will start cutting our circles in half. Now, it only wants the left half of the circles. So if we go like that, we'll give it the left half from both of these, and then what we're gonna have to do for now is just trash the other half of the circle, and that should get our machine going again. Also, we can rotate this guy down here, get 2 more cutters like this and this, and then we'll put some belts like this. Now, which half of the circle is it? So this is the left half of the circle, which is the one we want. I'm gonna go up here, which means we also want this one. We're gonna draw a line here. Then, in order to keep it from stalling, again, we're going to trash. That gives us the left half of our circles, which is almost done already. We probably didn't even need to do that second little round. So that'll unlock or upgrade us again. Give you no reward, but the next one will. It says it gives you no reward, but it actually does. It actually unlocks the upgrade system for the game, which allows you to upgrade the speed and efficiency of the different buildings, or whatever you want to call them in this. So this is the upgrade system. In order to access this, all we have to do, I believe, oh, you click on this little star up here. Again, I know how to play this game. So in order to get to tier 2, we need 150 circles. Luckily, we're already still putting circles in because we never tore down our circle factory. So that's going to allow us to immediately upgrade our belts, distributors, and tunnels to tier 2. So now they will go faster. In order to get to the next tier of belts, distributors, and tunnels, we're now going to need 360 circles and 1.2 thousand half circles. But notice that they are laying on their side, which our cutter only cuts up and down. So that's going to be something interesting to learn how we get that. In order to get tier 1 of the extraction, which are the little blocks that take them out of the mining buildings, basically, that take them out, we're going to need some squares. So what's the next thing we actually need to upgrade to a higher level? Squares. So that's convenient. We actually need squares for those. Notice in the upgrades that we don't need half circles, like the left side half circles that we have here, which means we can get rid of all this. It's just a tutorial kind of thing. We don't need any of this anymore. It's taking up space. The entire way through the game, the only access to the hub we have are these little inputs around it that I'm aware of. Maybe I didn't get high enough that something changes, but as far as I know, that's all that you can, that's all the access you have to put things into the hub. And as the levels go on, there are more and more and more things that you need to put into the hub, so it gets more difficult. Although your belts get faster, you get items that can bind them onto a single belt, and you don't have to put 4 belts for 1 item straight into the hub. So okay, we're going for squares now. Squares. Nope. All right, we'll just hit R. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some belts again, just like before. Gonna shift here, shift here, shift here, shift. Also, one thing that you get in the habit of with this game is if you go the wrong way with a belt. So like, for instance, if I want to put these square, if I put a extractor here and I want to put these squares into this, I can't go like this because the belt's going the wrong way. So I have to actually go the correct direction when I place the belts. Now there isn't a hotkey to swap that or adjust that. It might be Alt. Is it Alt? Oh, I don't know. There's a hotkey. I don't know what it is. I've just gotten into the habit of doing it the correct direction the first time. So yeah, there is a hotkey to swap the direction though. So we're at almost 70 of our 100 squares already, which is good. We're 3/4 of the way to our squares, and then we're gonna get the next level up, which should get us a new splitter merger, which is really nice. That's when things really start getting interesting because we can actually use less belts to get the same amount of items. Our belts are being used so inefficiently here. So this is one way in which we can combine items onto a single belt. So we take up all this space that we're wasting. So if we take this merger and we put it, let's say we'll put it right here. We'll put one right, how do we want to do this actually? Let's think about this. So if we want to merge them, we got to go like this. And then we can get rid of all this nonsense because this merger will now put our circles onto this belt. And then if we take away this merger will now take all the items going onto this belt, move it over to this belt. And And then we'll take away this one, and all the items going into this belt will move over into this belt. So now they should all be going onto one belt. All our circles are going on one belt. Do we actually need squares for anything anymore? Where yes, we need tier 1 extract. So that means we can then take our mergers and do the same thing, right? Here, here, and here, although that kind of screwed us up a little bit. So let's cut off all this. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. And then we're gonna need a new belt. Oh, we don't need this either. We're gonna need a new belt here, here, and here. Full. Now, level 4. Also, we got a new item. We got the cutter. No, that's not new. We already had that. Oh, we got the merger. That's right. So we already got our new item. But now what we need to do is get these right side squares. So we need to cut our squares, which is really easy. So first we have to extract the squares. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. We will cut these squares, cut these squares, cut these squares, and also, yeah, what the heck, we'll cut these squares. So then we're gonna go here, 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 and there. So that should cut our squares. Actually, I totally screwed this up. That is not gonna work. You need to go here because we need to, I need to figure out which direction these squares are cutting. So these are not the squares we want. We want these squares, right? The right side? Yeah. So that little circle in the background kind of helps you see which side of the square it actually is. But then here we need a trash can so that we can dump those and just keep the side of the square that we want, and our squares start going again. This is not right. We're going to need the left side here as well, which means we're gonna need a merger here. So if we go like this and then like this, actually we're gonna need to delete these, so that'll get those squares moving again, but we're gonna have to move this in one. So if we go like that, like this, and then like that, that'll merge those, and then we're gonna need another merger here. It's gonna block off this, so we're gonna have to adjust this a little bit later. But in the meantime, we can then take, oh, we never did make a cutter for this one. So if we go like this, and then we put our belt in here, we want to keep the left side, right? So that goes there, this goes here, and then we're gonna need one more merger here to take our left side squares, right side squares, and then we're gonna need to delete these. So now we've got right side squares coming in, all into one spot. They're all being cut up, and we can wait for just a little bit more. We need 120 of these. We did get another upgrade. We got our extractor speed upgrade, so we can upgrade that. Now, in order to get the next tier of that, we're gonna need these quarter circles, which should be interesting. We're gonna need some way to rotate the circle before we can cut it in half again, or make that work. So that will get us to level 4, which gives us the rotator, which we were just talking about. So now that we've got the rotator, it's going to teach us a little bit about key bindings now at level 5 after we've been doing it the whole game. Control plus drag is select an area, shift plus hold shift to hold place multiple of one building, and alt to invert orientation of placed belts. Alt, that's the button that makes so when you place the belts down, it goes the opposite direction. I never use it. But yeah, so that'll get us to level 5. And now that we've hit level 5, I think we're gonna call that a video, because this game's a little simpler than the other games we play. Factorio should be the next one coming up. Minecraft obviously is gonna be longer videos. But for Shapes.io, because it's such a simplistic game and it's a lot of repeating the same things over and over again, it's kind of a brain puzzle kind of game. We're going to keep the videos a little shorter, so I'm shooting for 15-20 minutes on the shapes.io videos. But thank you guys for joining me for shapes.io. We're going to play more in the future. This is obviously only episode 1, so I'm going to do a lot more of this. And hopefully we'll have fun with it. So we'll see you in the next video.